Hello guys, this is our normal borders. So I've taken my body measurements, adding 5 inches extra allowance for the sewing and all that because of my dart position. Then coming to my dart position, it is my bust, round bust divided by 4 plus 1. I mean round bust divided by 12, sorry, plus 1. So that is 3.9. So our normal bust here, we take our dart position from the bust point down to the end part of the blouse, wherever you want your top length to get to. But in this case, because I'm doing a cutout corset group, so I'm going to extend my dart, uh, my dart position to my chest line and even above the chest line with 1 inch. So this is the it can be more than one. It can be more than one. This is not the standard measurement, but for me, I use one above. I use 1 inch above my chest line. So this is the 1 inch. Have you paused? You, you can make it more than 1 point. I mean 1 inch above your chest line, just like I did here.
You don't want your
Because I don't want my cleavage showing. I don't want my neckline to be too low. I like my body being covered, so that's why I took it up. Then for my dart, you can see this dart here. How I got this dart is from my dart position. I took 0.7 and 0.7 here, then 0.7 here. Then at this part, I took 0.7, that is below my bust. I mean that is at my under bust. I took 0.7 here and 0.7 here. Then there's a place I want it to meet, that is at my bust point. I took 0.5 above my bust point and 0.5 below my bust point. That is, I'm going to connect all my darts. The first dart from the under bust, I'm connecting it to the one below my bust point. As you can see it clearly, it's stopping at below my bust point. That is the 0.5 below my bust point. Then the one at my chest line above, I'm stopping the dart above my bust point. That is the 0.5 inch above my bust point. That is where I stop my second dart above my chest line, as you can see. Then to get this curve, I first of all, from my midpoint, this is my center front, from my center front unfold, I came in by 0.7. It's not standard, never forget, it's not standard, it's not a standard measurement. I use 0.7 because I have a small size of my bust, size is small. For people that have bigger bust, they can use 1 inch. So here I use 0.7 inch. Then from here, from the center part, to get my bust span, I measure my round from here where my bra cup normally stop. I measure it down to where this part is. Now you are going to divide it. Yes, this is my bust pan. Now my bust pan is always regularly 16. So now I'm going to divide that 16 by 2. Don't forget, because my paper is on fold. So I'm dividing that bust pan by 2, and that is 8. 8 plus 8, that is 16. So that is from here to here is 8. If you can see, it is 8 actually. Then I mark out the 8. Then I connect from that 0.7. Okay, from that. Okay, so after marking out my bust pan divided by 2, which is 8, after marking it here, then to connect to my under bust, from my dart position, which is here, I take out 2 inches down. That is our normal bust. The people that do bust, they will understand this part very well. So from that 2 inches that I marked out, then I came in. No, I went out by 1 inch to connect my to my bust pan. So that is how I came. That is how I got this. That was how I got this part. Then from okay, from my chest line, this is where my neckline comes in. It is off shoulder, and I don't want my cleavage showing. I don't want my upside so down. So from my chest line, I went up by 1 inch again, and this is the 1 inch. That is from here to here is 1 inch. Then from this part, if you can see from this part, I went up. It's more because I want this side has to be high, while this side is down. So to give me that slopey effect. This is my chest line. This is my center. If you can see, your center is always it always has this effect. So that is why here is down, why here is up, because it has to be like this. So that is how I got this. You can make it higher based on how you want it, or lower, depending on what you want, yes, and what works for you. So you can make it higher. You can also make it lower than my own. Then this part, you can decide to start your to stop your slopey exactly contour from here. You can stop it here exactly at your chest line. Yes, and you can decide to take it higher than my own based on what you want, what works for you. As my partner always says, it does what works for you. The structure of our cup entirely, because it's going to be cut out. Our corset cup, yes. And don't forget that whatever you are doing is ending at our under bust. It can't go beyond or above that under bust. It must stop at under bust. So this is my under bust. And when cutting, I'm going to cut this like this out. This is one part, and then this is the other part. I'm cutting this out. After that, I will now sew them with this dart. So while cutting, I'm going to cut like this. This is one part, the biggest part. That is for the side like this. While this is the second part, the smallest side, and this thumb is always here. So after cutting this out, having my two parts, I will join it with tape. I will use masking tape and join them together. So it will give me that cup effect. So after joining them, it's going to be like this. So after joining it, I'm going to fold this into two and get my midpoint. Yes. After my midpoint, I'm going to mark out my midpoint. That is when I'm having. So what we are working on, what we are working with is 3 parts cup, corset cup. So to get that my 3 parts, I'm going to, after removing this my dart, I'm going to fold this into two to get my midpoint. Then I will mark out my midpoint. After marking out my midpoint, I'm going to cut it out. Now this is going to give me 3. Don't forget that I'm sewing this and I'm sewing this together. That is not sewing with thread. We are using masking tape, yes, to sew it. So after that, I will now cut out my midpoint. This upside is going to be one, while the downside will become 2 parts. So that is how you will get your 3 parts. Then if I was working with 2 parts, just normal 2, I won't do anything after cutting out my dart. I will just go to my machine and sew it straight. Then after that, I will fix my cup, put my lining, turn it, then fix it on my corset mesh. I hope you understand all this explanation. You can drop comments under the